Have you ever paused for a moment and thought, why does everything feel harder than it used to? Maybe you've noticed it while climbing stairs that once felt like a breeze, or when getting out of bed feels more like a chore than a start to a new day. Perhaps even a simple walk around the block leaves you more tired than refreshed. Sound familiar? As we get older, these subtle changes creep in. Slower movements, longer recovery times, dwindling energy. It's easy to assume this is just what aging is supposed to feel like, that it's all downhill from here. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to be. What if I told you that your body has the remarkable ability to bounce back, to regain strength, flexibility, and vitality, no matter your age? You don't need to spend a fortune. You don't need to commit to an exhausting gym routine. And you certainly don't need to accept a life of physical decline. Because today, I'm going to walk you through 5 simple yet incredibly powerful practices that can reignite your energy, rebuild your strength, and truly transform the way you feel, starting right now. These aren't gimmicks or extreme overhauls that require massive willpower or a complete lifestyle reboot. They're realistic, sustainable habits that work with your body, not against it. Tiny intentional changes that, over time, create massive results. So why should you stick with me until the very end of this video? Because the last 2 tips I'll share, well, let's just say they're complete game changers. They're the kind of strategies that could redefine your daily experience. Think. More energy when you wake up, fewer aches as you move through your day, and a sense of youthful vitality you thought was gone forever. Whether your goal is to stay independent as you age, feel more flexible and mobile, or simply stop dragging through your afternoons, what you'll learn today can help you get there. This isn't just about adding more years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. And isn't that what really matters? So, don't go anywhere. Trust me, your future self will be so glad you did. Before we dive in, take a second to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos packed with life-changing insights. Your support truly means the world to me. And if you find even one of these tips helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps more people discover this content. Also, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you're excited about this topic, go ahead and drop a 1 below. If it's not quite what you were expecting, feel free to comment 0. That way, I can improve and bring you even better content that suits your needs. Alright, let's jump into the first powerful practice that could completely change how you feel every single day. 1. Sleep well. The foundation of energy and longevity. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly felt rested? Sleep isn't just a break from the day. It's the foundation on which everything else rests. And as we age, the quality of our sleep becomes even more critical. It affects our memory, our mood, our energy levels, and even our ability to heal and fight off illness. Yet too often, we treat sleep like a luxury, when in reality, it's a non-negotiable. The science is clear. Poor sleep has been linked to a higher risk of chronic illnesses such as heart disease, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. But good sleep? It's like hitting the reset button for your body and mind. If you struggle with falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up feeling groggy, even after a full night in bed, you're not alone. Many people assume this is just a natural part of aging. But in truth, you can absolutely improve the quality of your sleep, often with just a few adjustments. And here's the best part. You don't need sleeping pills or expensive gadgets. Sometimes, all it takes is a few intentional changes to your bedtime routine. Simple things, like reducing screen time an hour before bed, maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, or creating a calm, dark sleeping environment, can make a massive difference. Imagine this. You close your eyes at night and drift off effortlessly. You sleep deeply, without tossing and turning. And when you wake up, you feel refreshed, truly refreshed, ready to take on the day with energy and focus. That kind of sleep isn't just possible, it's within your reach. And it's the first step toward reclaiming your vitality. Continued. Sleep. The power to reclaim your nights. Previously, we talked about how quality sleep is the foundation of your health and vitality. Now let's continue that journey and dig a little deeper. If you've been waking up feeling groggy, exhausted, or mentally foggy, you're not alone. But here's something important to understand. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to accept poor sleep as your new normal. In fact, this stage of life should be a wake-up call to make your rest a top priority. As we age, sleep becomes more than just a nighttime routine. It becomes a crucial pillar that supports every part of our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. During sleep, something miraculous happens. Your body enters a state of repair and renewal. This is when your immune system activates, healing and fortifying you for whatever challenges the next day might bring. Your brain also gets in on the action. Deep quality sleep strengthens memory, sharpens cognitive function, and elevates your mood. Without it, you may begin to feel the effects almost imperceptibly at first. Forgetfulness here and there, moments of confusion, or that constant fog that never seems to lift. It's like trying to drive a car with the gas tank running on fumes. Even the simplest tasks start to feel burdensome. And let's not forget how a lack of sleep plays with your emotions. Increased stress, irritability, a shorter fuse, and the feeling of being overwhelmed. These are all common signs that your body is craving deeper rest. The need for restorative sleep becomes more pressing with each passing year, especially as our internal systems begin to shift and become more sensitive to disruption. Often, we don't even notice these sleep disturbances until they've already started to chip away at our patience, our energy, and even our happiness. But here's the empowering part. You have the ability to reclaim your nights. Poor sleep doesn't have to be a lifelong sentence. You can break free from the exhausting cycle of tossing, turning, and waking up drained. Over the years, I've seen firsthand that the solution often lies not in drastic changes, but in simple, consistent habits. It starts with tuning into your body, really listening to what it's trying to tell you, and making sleep a true priority. Picture this: a bedroom that welcomes you like a peaceful sanctuary. The lights are dimmed. Perhaps a soft candle flickers in the corner, casting a warm, calming glow. You've just stepped out of a relaxing bath. The room is quiet. You take a few deep breaths, feeling your muscles soften and your mind gently quiet down. This is the kind of environment that prepares you for real restorative rest. A space that sends a message to your brain. It's time to wind down. These small, intentional rituals, whether it's deep breathing, a calming bedtime routine, or simply setting the mood with gentle lighting, can signal to your body that it's safe to let go and drift into deep, healing sleep. And please, do your future self a favor. Turn off the screens before bed. The blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs may seem harmless, but it interferes with your melatonin production, the hormone your body needs to fall asleep naturally. Reclaiming that quiet space before bed is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. Because in the end, sleep isn't just about waking up feeling less tired. It's about nurturing your whole self, body, mind, and spirit. Every restful night of sleep is a small but powerful step toward a healthier, stronger, and more energized you. Imagine opening your eyes in the morning, feeling truly refreshed, alert, and ready to take on the day. That version of you is possible, and it all starts with how you sleep tonight. The silent danger of sitting. As we just explored, sleep is your body's ultimate form of self-care, a nightly opportunity to recharge and repair. But sleep is only one part of the wellness equation. There's another silent threat that's equally critical to address: sitting. Let me ask you, have you ever truly considered how much time you spend sitting every single day? It may seem like a harmless question, one you can brush off with a laugh or a shrug. But if you stop and reflect on your daily habits, the answer might surprise you. From the breakfast table to the work desk, from the car to the couch, sitting has quietly taken over our lives. We live in a world that practically encourages stillness. We sit to work, to eat, to commute, and to relax. After a long day, the couch feels like a haven, a well-deserved escape. And sure, there's comfort in resting after a demanding day. But here's the hard truth. Sitting too much, for too long, without moving, is slowly chipping away at your health. Even if you don't feel the effects immediately, the damage is real. This isn't just about a little back pain or occasional stiffness. The consequences of prolonged sitting can be far-reaching, long-lasting, and in many cases, invisible until it's too late. Think about this. Sitting for extended periods doesn't just affect how you feel in the moment. It's affecting your body on a deep, cellular level. It can weaken your muscles, slow down your circulation, and create lasting imbalances in your posture. Blood flow becomes sluggish, especially in your legs, making your heart work harder just to keep things moving. Your muscles, starved of activity, begin to deteriorate. Over time, even basic actions, like standing up or walking across the room, can start to feel like climbing a mountain. That's a troubling image, isn't it? But it's a reality many people are facing right now. And here's the part that hits hardest. For older adults, losing mobility isn't just an inconvenience. It's a direct threat to independence. Picture this. Once simple tasks, like stepping out of bed or reaching down to tie your shoes, becoming difficult or even dangerous. Is that the kind of life you want to lead? The fear of losing our independence is one of the greatest sources of anxiety as we age. And unfortunately, the more time we spend in a chair, the more that fear becomes a potential future. It's not just about muscle aches or feeling a bit stiff. Inactivity is a slow, stealthy threat. It doesn't shout. It whispers, and it whispers constantly, wearing down your strength, your flexibility, and your ability to move freely through life. And yet, many people don't notice it happening. We excuse it. We rationalize it. I'm tired. It's just for a while. I'll get up later. But later turns into hours, days, weeks. And before we know it, our bodies are stuck in a cycle of weakness and discomfort. Here's the science. When you sit too long, your circulation slows. Your blood pools in your lower limbs. Your heart, once efficient, starts working harder to push that blood around. At the same time, your muscles, especially those supporting your spine and legs, begin to atrophy. And that flexibility you once had, it fades. Not all at once, but gradually, subtly, until one day you realize it's gone. This isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. If you remain sedentary, the consequences are inevitable. Your cardiovascular health, your muscle tone, your posture, and your energy levels will all decline, slowly but surely. And it doesn't stop there. Prolonged inactivity opens the door to a host of chronic conditions, many of which are entirely preventable. One of the most common outcomes? Weight gain. When your body grows used to stillness, your metabolism slows and fat storage increases. Obesity becomes more than a possibility. It becomes a looming threat. But the most important takeaway is this: you are not powerless. You can take action. And in the next section, I'll show you exactly how to counteract the effects of sitting and reignite your body's natural strength and energy. When you spend too much time sitting still, gaining weight becomes much easier, while shedding those extra pounds turns into a serious struggle. And obesity is just the beginning. It often brings along a cascade of other health conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, and elevated cholesterol levels. But perhaps one of the most insidious consequences of prolonged sitting is its impact on your mental well-being. Have you ever noticed feeling mentally sluggish after a day spent mostly in a chair? That foggy feeling isn't just in your head. The lack of physical activity disrupts your brain chemistry, leading to mental fog, emotional fatigue, and an increased risk of anxiety and depression. If you're still watching this video and finding value in these lessons, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're still here. Here's the tough truth that often slips under the radar. The damage doesn't appear instantly. It accumulates over time. What you do today might not show up tomorrow or even next week, but like a snowball rolling downhill, the effects of a sedentary lifestyle build slowly, becoming heavier and more dangerous with every passing day. Eventually, the toll adds up. Everyday tasks that once seemed effortless, standing up, walking to another room, can become daunting challenges. The danger of prolonged sitting isn't only about preventing disease, it's about preserving your autonomy, the freedom to care for yourself. Just imagine having to rely on others for simple things like getting out of bed or walking to the kitchen. It's not a future we want to face, yet it's exactly where we might be headed without regular movement. But here's the good news. You don't have to let that happen. You don't need to run marathons or spend hours in the gym to avoid these risks. What matters is integrating consistent, manageable movement into your everyday life. Small changes can lead to big outcomes. You don't need to take giant leaps. Just start with small, intentional steps. Stand up every hour and stretch. Walk around the house. March in place while watching TV. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park a little farther from the store entrance. These tiny acts may seem insignificant, but over time, they add up in meaningful ways. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. Even a single minute of movement here and there can contribute to stronger muscles, better circulation, and more energy overall. The goal is simple. Keep moving. Even a few moments of activity can protect your health and help you stay independent longer. It's all about making motion a natural part of your daily rhythm. Yes, it's tempting to get comfortable and stay still. We live in a world that encourages rest, but we also live in a world that requires movement for health, for happiness, and for longevity. Sitting for too long might feel easier right now, but ask yourself, what are you sacrificing for that moment of ease? Every time you choose stillness, you're bargaining with your future freedom. So, stand up, take a deep breath, move. Your body and your future self will thank you for it. After understanding the risks of prolonged sitting and the importance of daily movement, let's now turn to another simple yet powerful habit that can make a huge difference in your health: getting enough sunlight. How often do you find yourself stepping outside, truly feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin? If it's not often, you're not alone. Many of us, especially as we age, spend more time indoors than we should. But here's the surprising truth. Sunlight isn't just a pleasant sensation or a symbol of nice weather. It's a vital, life-sustaining force that our bodies need in order to function at their best. As we grow older, something subtle but significant happens inside us. Our body's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight begins to decline. Vitamin D might sound like just another supplement on a shelf, but in reality, it plays a crucial role in our overall health. It helps our bodies maintain strong bones, healthy muscles, and a resilient immune system. Without enough of it, we become more prone to issues like muscle pain, joint stiffness, bone loss, and even an increased risk of falls. Yet for so many of us, this essential nutrient is slowly slipping away. Not because we don't have access to it, but because we're simply not getting outside enough. If you spend most of your time indoors, especially in front of screens or under artificial lights, you're missing out on one of the most natural and effective ways to boost your health. But here's the good news. Getting sunlight doesn't require a huge commitment. It doesn't demand hours of your day or any expensive equipment. Just a few minutes each day can make a profound difference. Think about how your days usually go. Is your routine mostly indoors? Do you find comfort in staying inside, avoiding the heat or the hassle of going out? That's perfectly understandable. But what if stepping outside for even 10 minutes could completely shift your energy and uplift your mood. Imagine how those rays of sunlight could melt away the fog of fatigue and bring a sense of vitality back into your day. Sunlight has been shown in numerous studies to help regulate our internal clocks, our circadian rhythms, which directly influence how well we sleep. Better sleep leads to better energy, clearer thinking, and improved emotional balance. And all of this begins with something as simple as a daily moment in the sun. You don't have to go far. A walk around the block, watering your garden, or simply sitting on your porch with a cup of tea. These small, consistent actions are what count. The goal isn't perfection. It's about establishing a tiny, sustainable habit that feels good and does good. When you expose your skin to natural light, you're giving your body a gentle reset. It's a kind of nourishment that can't be bottled or replicated in a pill. It's nature's way of energizing your cells, uplifting your spirit, and grounding your body. I've personally experienced the difference just 10 minutes of sunlight can make. On days when everything feels heavy or sluggish, those few rays offer clarity, calm, and renewal. So ask yourself, what's stopping you from stepping outside today? Why not let the sunlight do its quiet magic? It might just be the simplest, most overlooked act of self-care you'll ever practice. After exploring the transformative power of sunlight on our physical and emotional well-being, it's clear that even the smallest habits, like stepping outside for a few minutes, can have a profound effect on how we feel, move, and connect with life. So now, let's dive even deeper into the story our bodies are telling us, especially through our legs. Have you ever noticed how a simple walk around the block feels different than it used to? It's not just in your head. As we grow older, our legs, once symbols of strength and freedom, often begin to respond differently. They may ache more, they may feel weaker, and suddenly, everyday activities like climbing stairs or getting up from a chair can feel like small battles. I know that feeling all too well. The quiet frustration of realizing that what was once second nature now requires a bit more effort. It's humbling, sometimes disheartening. And in those moments, it can be easy to think, maybe this is just how it is now. But let me gently challenge that thought, because it doesn't have to be that way. Think of your legs not as fading tools, but as resilient allies waiting to be reawakened. Even if they feel like they're letting you down right now, there's incredible potential still within them. The secret lies in giving them the attention and care they deserve, especially through simple, intentional movements. You don't need to become an athlete or push yourself beyond your limits. In fact, it's often the smallest, most consistent actions that spark the biggest transformations. Start with simple leg exercises that are gentle, effective, and completely doable at home. These aren't just motions, they're messages to your body that you're still in control, still committed to vitality and movement. Picture this. You're standing tall, lifting one leg slowly, holding a chair for balance if you need to. You feel the muscles awaken, a little burn perhaps, but also a quiet strength returning. Now imagine doing that again tomorrow, and the next day. Soon enough, your legs start to respond. You walk with more confidence. Your balance improves. The ache lessens. That sense of freedom you thought was slipping away, it begins to return. These movements may be small, but they are powerful. They signal to your brain and body that you are investing in your independence. And that investment pays off, not just in mobility, but in confidence, peace of mind, and the ability to embrace each day with greater ease. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day can make a huge difference. You can do leg lifts while brushing your teeth, calf raises while waiting for your coffee, seated marches during a TV show. It's not about squeezing in a workout. It's about weaving movement into the rhythm of your day in a way that feels natural and empowering. Because here's the truth. Your legs aren't just limbs. They're your lifeline to independence, exploration, and engagement with the world. By nurturing them now, You're laying the foundation for a future filled with strength, stability, and freedom. So let's not wait for a fall or a warning sign to remind us of their importance. Let's take action today. Let's honor our legs by moving them, strengthening them, and trusting in their ability to carry us forward, one steady step at a time. After realizing how even a few minutes in the sun can renew our energy and lift our spirits, it's time we shift our attention inward, to the strength within our own bodies, starting with our legs. It's never too late to take back control of your body, no matter how many birthdays you've celebrated. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or even well into your 80s, building strength is still absolutely possible. And no, it doesn't require a gym membership, intense workouts, or expensive equipment. What it truly takes is a commitment. A simple promise to yourself to move a little each day. You see, strength doesn't return all at once. It builds quietly, patiently, with each step you take, each stretch you attempt, and each minute you dedicate to movement. Those tiny efforts you make today, they're like seeds. With consistency, they blossom into strength, stability, and confidence. It's easy to feel discouraged. Maybe you've told yourself that the window of opportunity has closed, that your muscles just don't respond the way they used to. But let me assure you, that window is still wide open. Your muscles may be quieter than before, but they're still listening. They're waiting for a signal, and that signal is movement. You don't need to overdo it. You don't need to exhaust yourself or push to the point of pain. What matters is that you start. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day can make an incredible difference over time. And the best part? These movements can be gentle, simple, and done right from the comfort of your home. Try this. Hold on to a sturdy chair and do a few squats. They don't have to be deep, just enough to activate those leg muscles and remind them they still have a job to do. Or grab a resistance band and try some seated leg presses or thigh stretches. These small movements pack a powerful punch. Even sitting in a chair and lifting each leg one at a time can work your muscles in meaningful ways. These exercises aren't just for your physical body. They're for your peace of mind. By making movement a daily habit, you're reducing your risk of falls, improving your balance, and most importantly, preserving your independence. Think about that. The ability to walk, to stand, to move freely. These are freedoms we often take for granted until they're threatened. Strengthening your legs is about investing in your future. You may not see the results overnight, but you'll feel them over time. In the way you move, the way you carry yourself, and the confidence that grows with every step. What matters most isn't intensity, it's consistency. A few minutes of movement a day can be the difference between a life of restriction and a life of freedom. Don't wait for pain or weakness to dictate your lifestyle. You deserve better than that. This is your time to take charge, to honor your body by giving it what it needs. Whether you're standing up and sitting down during a commercial break, or doing gentle leg lifts while waiting for the kettle to boil, it all adds up. Every motion is a declaration. I'm still here. I'm still strong. I'm still moving forward. And as you strengthen your legs, you also strengthen your spirit. You reclaim the joy of motion and the pride of knowing you're taking active steps, quite literally, toward the vibrant, independent life you deserve. As we strengthen our legs and rebuild confidence in our movements, there's another layer to consider. One that connects not just our muscles, but our mind and spirit as well. Because true well-being goes beyond the physical. And that's where practices like yoga and Tai Chi come in. Gentle yet powerful lifelines that support us through the changes of aging. Here's the beautiful truth. Even amidst the physical changes we experience with age, there remains a quiet yet potent source of vitality. And it begins with stillness, breath, and mindful movement. Yoga and Tai Chi may not demand much of your time each day, but the impact they offer is profound. These aren't just workouts, they are practices of renewal, designed not only to enhance your physical body, but to nourish your emotional resilience. If you're still watching and this message resonates with you, feel free to leave a comment saying, "Toby." A small gesture to show you're still with me on this journey. What's remarkable about yoga and Tai Chi is their inclusivity. They're not exclusive to the young, the fit, or the super flexible. They're not about who can bend the furthest or hold a pose the longest. Instead, they meet you exactly where you are, whether you're in your 50s, 70s, or even your 90s. These gentle disciplines invite you in, just as you are, and offer a path of healing, growth, and inner peace, one breath, one movement at a time. And isn't that a powerful thought? That healing doesn't require perfection, only presence. By simply dedicating a few minutes a day to these practices, you may begin to feel a shift, not just in your physical comfort, but in your emotional balance and mental clarity. Yoga and Tai Chi both serve as quiet yet effective tools for increasing flexibility, building strength, reducing tension, and improving circulation. But their benefits go deeper than that. Tai Chi in particular feels like a slow, graceful dance, one choreographed not for performance, but for the soul. Each movement flows into the next like a gentle breeze across water. It's meditative in motion, soothing, fluid, and deeply connected to the rhythms of nature. As you move slowly and deliberately, you begin to feel your mind clear, your breath deepen, and your spirit lighten. There's something incredibly calming about it, yet it leaves you feeling energized and centered. Yoga, on the other hand, invites you into quiet moments of intentional stillness. And no, it's not about twisting yourself into complex poses or comparing your abilities to others. It's about listening to your own body, honoring its limits, and moving with mindfulness and compassion. Whether you're simply stretching your arms overhead, settling into a gentle pose, or just sitting in silence with your breath, yoga offers a pathway back to yourself. It nurtures not just the body, but the mind. It helps improve posture, maintain balance, and build core strength, all of which become more essential as we age. And perhaps even more importantly, it gives us a space to breathe, to slow down, and to find peace amidst the rush of daily life. Incorporating yoga or Tai Chi into your daily routine is a choice, a meaningful one. It's not just about improving your flexibility or strength. It's a way of grounding yourself, of returning to the present moment. These practices help you reconnect, not just with your physical body, but with a deeper sense of calm that so often gets lost in the noise of our busy lives. Think of it as a small, sacred pause, a time to be still, to breathe, and to remember that you are worthy of care. These gentle movements become anchors, offering clarity, focus, and a renewed sense of control in a world that often feels unpredictable. So take that time, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes. Stand in your living room, stretch your arms, breathe deeply, and move with intention. Let the stillness fill you. Let the movement steady you. These are not just exercises, they're lifelines, and they're waiting for you to take hold. As we move forward on this journey of well-being, it's important to reflect on the deep connection between mind and body that practices like yoga and Tai Chi foster. These transformative disciplines offer more than just physical benefits. They become anchors in our ever-moving world, offering a quiet pause and a moment to reconnect with ourselves. In a world that constantly speeds forward, it's easy to get swept up in the rush, to feel overwhelmed by the demands of life. But yoga and Tai Chi serve as gentle reminders to slow down, to breathe, and to stay balanced, both physically and emotionally. They provide us with an opportunity to find stillness amidst chaos, and that's a gift we often overlook. What I love most about these practices is their simplicity and accessibility. You don't need a fancy gym, expensive equipment, or a large space to begin. All it takes is a willingness to move your body in a way that feels good. Whether you're practicing in a quiet corner of your living room, enjoying the tranquility of a peaceful park, or even in the stillness of a room, Yoga and Tai Chi can be done almost anywhere. These practices require very little, just a few minutes of focused breathing and gentle movement to unlock profound transformation. And here's the thing, it's never too late to start. Whether you're new to yoga or Tai Chi, or you're returning to a practice you may have let go of, there is always room for growth. Your age doesn't limit your ability to heal, grow, or find peace. In fact, the years we accumulate only add depth to the journey. Every breath you take, every movement you make, is a step toward a healthier, more peaceful version of yourself. So no matter where you are in life or how your body feels today, remember that it's always the right time to begin. Even if it's just a small step forward, it's a step worth taking. These practices are not about perfection. They're about progress, about giving yourself the gift of movement, the freedom to be present in your own body, and the peace that comes with slowing down. So take that first step, whether it's a deep breath, a gentle stretch, or a quiet moment of mindfulness. Let yoga or Tai Chi guide you to a new level of well-being. Thank you so much for joining me today on this journey. Together, we've explored the incredible benefits of incorporating yoga and Tai Chi into our daily routines, especially as we age. These practices offer so much more than just physical improvements. They bring balance to our minds, peace to our spirits, and a deeper connection to our bodies. Whether you're starting fresh or rekindling a long-lost practice, it's never too late to begin again. So, what have you learned so far? What aspect of yoga or Tai Chi are you most excited to bring into your life? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share in the comments below. One thing you've learned today that you're going to start practicing in your own life. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more valuable content. Let's continue this journey of growth and wellness together. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon.